Before an industry stands the test of time, it must have outstanding facilities that are worth investing in. In terms of farming, we're not referring to conventional farming practices, but rather to farming practices that include advanced technology. To understand what we're saying, check out these amazing farms that we're sure you haven't seen before. But before we start, please like and subscribe to this channel, and then sit back and relax. Aero Farms. Aero Farms, based in Newark, New Jersey, is engaged in vertical farming. This means creating crops indoors so that the cultivated area increases because you plant upwards, not horizontally. Of course, it also means that an intensive LED lighting network is needed. However, it has certain outstanding advantages. There are a few examples of this type of vertical farm around the world, but right now it's the largest of them all. The project is carried out by Aero Farms, also in New Jersey, and is a complex of 6,500 square meters. The factory produces 1,000 tons of green leafy vegetables a year. In this complex, 350 varieties of green leafy vegetables are grown throughout the entire surface, which rises at various heights through the 30 feet to the ceiling. The production is sold to local restaurants and supermarkets. The Aero Farms production method has solved one of the problems with growing crops indoors. It's all about the lack of oxygen in the roots. They discovered that spraying the root structure with nutrients improves oxygenation and, hand in hand, yield. Those responsible for the company ensure that a vertical crop consumes 95% less water than a traditional crop. In their facilities, they do not use herbicides or pesticides because they have an environment with controlled hygiene conditions. And crops are grown on reusable, recycled plastic clothing rather than on the ground itself. Without the sun, these crops get the necessary light from rows and rows of LEDs, and it is that plants do not need all spectrums of light, such as yellow. With this in mind, the people at Aero Farms reduce certain spectrums and control the optimal light level for crops so that they can grow throughout the year. Hydrogreen. The Hydrogreen Company, located in South Dakota, is an amazing farm that sprouts grains like wheat, barley, and rye into a new feed in the quantities required by large-scale beef and dairy businesses. Hydrogreen finds solutions to problems and opens doors for business. The issues resolved have to do with land restrictions, low forage years, access to quality feed, inflation, and escalating and unpredictably high input costs. The new business potential is connected to the advantages for both dairy and beef enterprises in terms of animal performance. It's a complete answer for farmers and food systems with greater ingenuity. Hydrogreen provides dependable, cost-effective animal nutrition and also meets your urgent needs. You can create high-quality nourishment 365 days a year thanks to innovative controlled environment production. Another crazy thing about this farm is that it just takes one touch to go from seed to feed in 6 days. From planting, watering, and lighting to harvesting, everything is handled by one person at the control panel. Without the requirement for cultivated ground, vertically stacked shelves provide for great yields in a very little area. With the ability to produce 5 tons of fresh feed each day while using a small fraction of the water required for conventional crop cultivation, a 2,700 square foot facility may replace up to 600 acres. With Hydrogreen, everything farm activity is automated from planting to harvesting. Daily production of live, fresh feed by a single Hydrogreen growing unit is 1 ton. Depending on the required daily production, systems can be scaled to produce more than a few hundred tons per day. System sizing is determined by the species, number of animals, and needs of each producer. The computer system handles the planting, irrigating, lighting, and harvesting for you. The system comes with a clean seed hopper, a bulk bin for grain storage, a conveyor system, and a seed cleaner. Systems can be scaled up and combined to feed hundreds or thousands of livestock. Cubic Farm. With the help of Hydrogreen Nutrition Technology, a branch of Cubic Farm Systems Corp., a major provider of agricultural technology, Growers is now able to produce high-quality, predictable produce as well as fresh livestock feed. The patented technology is used in the Cubic Farm STEM system to grow leafy greens and other crops year-round indoors and on-site. Cubic farms offer specialized, automated on-site food and livestock feed systems. These technologies transform inefficient, lengthy supply networks in agriculture into profitable local systems that benefit our population, the environment, and the economy. With this strategy, every city, neighborhood, government, and nation has access to a reliable and efficient supply of fresh fruit and animal feed, 365 days a year. Cubic Farm Cultivator is a farming system that is more cost-effective and productive than the standard stationary rack and stack vertical farming options. Alga Demo. Due to the restricted number of seaweed species, the typically modest scale of the businesses, and the use of conventional growth methods, seaweed farming in Europe is not fully utilized. Then the Alga Demo project, which is supported by the EU, is now intended to show off large-scale, environmentally responsible industrial seaweed cultivation. The majority of seaweed farms in the EU are mainly tiny operations that manually cultivate a constrained range of seaweed species on conventional rope systems in protected areas. Because of this, the majority of seaweeds sold in Europe are brought in from Asia. Seaweed production in European seas has a lot of opportunity to grow due to this industry's relative underdevelopment and the possibility for growth offered by newly developing application industries such as food and feed, bioactive, biomaterials and bioenergy, and many more. The Alga Demo project, which is funded by the European Maritime Fisheries and Aquaculture Fund, EMFAF, aims to industrialize and commercialize seaweed farming while ensuring the industry's long-term viability. Alga Demo is a company that operates in the North Sea, specifically in the Dutch province of Oosterschelde. It shows that setting up, running, and testing a sizable seaweed farm is a workable business model. The proper cultivar for the area was first chosen, followed by mechanical seeding, and the crop will be gathered on sophisticated large-scale textile cultivation platforms. An advanced autonomous underwater vehicle, AUV, is used to monitor the macroalga growth and anchoring conditions, allowing for the construction of a highly dependable automated seaweed farm that lowers costs, lowers the risk to people and property, and promotes ocean health. Sanan Bio Ark. The Sanan Bio Ark is a mobile farm that provides communities with fresh, local food, which operates in any weather conditions. Sanan Bio Ark is one of the mobile farms operating normally at -40 degrees Fahrenheit in northern China, feeding local populations with regional vegetables while leaving a less carbon impact. The fact that the farm's products typically travel 1,500 kilometers before being consumed is shocking. It can't be beneficial for the environment or people because of the CO2 produced and the nutrients lost during transit. Sanan Bio Ark makes local cuisine because of this. For areas where the climate is too harsh to allow stable agricultural output, there is a ready-to-use farm. The startup procedures are reduced to a single plug-in action by the designer to make farming more efficient. This way, even hydroponic beginners can start growing right away. Additionally, growers can manage farm parameters by merely swiping their phones with their fingers. Sanan Bio gives children and city inhabitants additional possibilities to farm by streamlining modern agriculture. They have a mobile farm set up in a Malaysian neighborhood, and the local children visit the farm to gain first-hand hydroponic experience. When families go there to choose their salad ingredients, it makes for the ideal opportunity for bonding. Iron Ox. Iron Ox is a farm that puts all its operations in the care of a robot with artificial intelligence called Grover, and you should know what that means. Grover, the robot owned by Iron Ox, has many skills that distinguish him from his human counterparts. Grover's name is a combination of the words growth and versatility. Grover's Roomba-like structure can easily support more than 1,000 pounds, which is necessary for quickly rotating any of the facility's various crop modules. Moving conventional fields into climate-controlled warehouses is nothing new today. Alternative methods like vertical farming, which is worth more than $4 billion globally, have already received a lot of attention. However, according to Iron Ox CEO Brandon Alexander, the company's greatest asset is its attention to detail, which is made possible by AI robots, and this is the company's most competitive advantage over other farms in the world today. According to Alexander, one of the main functions of our technology is that it constantly monitors the plants and responds. How is this plant faring? Can we adjust it? a little more nitrogen, perhaps the water's acidity. For each crop to be transferred to various scanners and feeders, which are carefully specialized for maximum flavor and nutritional value, the interchangeability of each module is essential. For each crop to be transferred to various scanners and feeders, which are carefully specialized for maximum flavor and nutritional value, the interchangeability of each module is essential. Sarah Osentowski, Senior Vice President of Engineering at Iron-Ox, explains that designing and creating Grover was a difficult, multi-year effort that involved finding solutions for numerous hardware, software, autonomy, and mobility difficulties. And before they could accomplish this, they had to put together a top-notch team. Havfarm. In the spring of 2015, Nordlax and NSK Ship Design in Harstad, Northern Norway, began working together on Project Havfarm. On December 22, 2016, Nordlax was granted 10 development permits for the construction of an offshore farm that would be stationary. However, the company later appealed the decision and was granted a total of 21 development permits for the construction of 2 offshore farms that would be dynamic and stationary. Because of Norway's development permits, fish producers can raise more fish to cover the costs of using innovative farming techniques. Despite being a Norwegian concept, Havfarm 1 was constructed in China. The design and system integration were carried out in conjunction with Nordlax by NSK Ship Design as of Harstad. The fixed Havfarm is 385 meters long, 59.5 meters wide, and has a 10,000-ton salmon capacity. It is situated in the Hadsel municipality of Vesterland's Ytre Hadsilia area. The farm has recently stocked smolts, and the business is only getting started. NSK Ship Design's next duty will be to collaborate on Havfarm 2, which is the upcoming significant aquaculture project for exposed locales. This dynamic concept allows the aquaculture installation to be movable and move between production zones without the assistance of support vessels. As you can see, smart farms are evolving, and the usual farming norms are being modified or displaced through automation. And the idea concept of this approach is to maximize the use of feed, water, fertilizers, and other resources while increasing the quality and quantity of your products. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, the subscription button, and the notification bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded from this channel. Please share your thoughts about the amazing farms you haven't seen before in the comment section below. Thank you.